Hi Scorpio, welcome to your April 2015 reading. I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot and the Celtic Cross spread. Now I pulled out one card for you because it fell out. I mean, I didn't pull it out, it fell out. It was this card here. It was the Lover's card. It felt to me that this was the challenge card for you, but it was also the present card. But at the same time you do have a present card. So the other thing too is that I'll usually be guided to say some things. So like for this reading, I am being guided to say that this reading is for the sun sign, rising sign and moon sign Scorpios. So there'll be aspects of it, like for the moon signs, there'll be aspects of it for you as well. So we have the Lover's card, and I'm noticing the beautiful sun, this angel, and it really feels like this is a card of decision, this is a card of direction, and this is a card of love and optimism for yourself and others, Scorpio. And that message in particular for moon signs Scorpios. So, okay, that's my cat. Please don't sit on the spread. Okay, I'll just wait for the cat to move. This is Kibbles, by the way. Hey, Kibbles, you're going to sit down. Okay. So Kibbles wants to join this reading. Usually I will make sure Kibbles isn't well, I don't make sure that Kibbles isn't around, but Kibbles isn't usually interested. But yeah, here he is. He has two names, by the way. Kibbles is the name given to him, and Beauty is the name that he said is actually his name, his energetic name. So, meaning he brings beauty into my world. Now, and also, when Kibbles Beauty came in, he just kind of like, I just opened the door and he just walked in, and that's how we first met. He just walked in. He would have been maybe a 1-year-old kitten, so I just opened the door and he just walked in as if he was home, and it was the first time we met. And not long after that, maybe a few months after, I realised, well, Kibbles Beauty let me know that he knew my daughter from a past life. So that's why he just welcomed himself in when I opened the front door, and he just walked in. Okay, so the Lover's card, you know, it's talking about that some of you Scorpios are on a path now. Here's what I've been shown. I've been shown a street sign, and the street sign has the name Scorpio on it, and it's pointing in a particular direction. It is pointing left. Some of you Scorpios may already be on this left path that it feels like Scorpios are being directed to go on. And for others, it's coming up, and you may choose to not go left but to go straight, and the reason would be because of the people around you, your friends, and they feel very close friends for you, or acquaintances and companions that feel close, they feel close to you, and you may not go left because you'll choose to go with them on the path that they're on, or how things have always been with you guys. And but one way or another, sooner or later, eventually, it feels like Scorpios, you will go left. And that feels to be both the present, or what's coming up, and also the challenge. The challenge being that Scorpios, when you go left, so to speak, that it's a path that you will do yourself. It's a path that only you can take. So it's a path that others can't be there with you. It's only you that can take that path. And that could be literally, meaning that some of you will have people walk out of your life, or you will walk out of their life as you go on this Scorpio path. And for others, it's mentally or emotionally that others leave. So they don't literally leave your life, but perhaps mentally and emotionally they're not there, so to speak. For, as an example, you could be in a business with someone and then you choose to go left, like your own business. And you would like them to help you with your business, but they have their own business. So it's like they walk out and you walk out, but you could still stay together, like be friends and so on, but you are now on a path that only you can take. So it's showing up as two different ways for the various Scorpios. So for some of you Scorpios, you will literally be walking away from people, and others, you're not literally walking away from them, but you may feel like you are on this path alone. And that's because it's a path that only you can take. Okay, so Kibbles is just snuggled up. And, what I want to, I keep hearing the word obstacles. So, for Scorpios, it can be that, this left path, this street sign that I'm seeing with Scorpio on it and it's pointing left, the word left has really been emphasized. So please take, what that means, how it resonates for you. And here's some clues that I'm getting. And also bear in mind that some of you may already be on the path that is left, the Scorpio path. There's the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. With political parties, there's the left party, the right party. So these are like kind of clues because the left word has really been emphasized. And there's also that term, the left field. I'm also hearing the word utilitarian. So those are some clues that are coming through to help some of you Scorpios. So you'll probably know what that means for you in regards to this going left, this Scorpio path. Now, obstacles I'm hearing is that, going on this left path, Scorpio, and again, it feels like whether you go left right away or you continue to go straight and continue to stay with this circle of people around you, because whichever way you go, either way you go left. So if you decide to go straight because you want to stay with the people around you and all that sort of stuff, eventually it's kind of like it'll bug you so much that you will turn back and go left anyway. And you may try, like through enthusiasm, to get people to go with you on this left path, and some of them may as well, but eventually it just feels like you'll be on this path alone because it is only the path that you can take. So it's like an experience. It's your experience, and others can't experience it for you, so to speak. The reason why I'm hearing obstacles is that, this left path for you Scorpio is that you may feel trepidation as you go on this path, the left path. You may have experiences of trepidation and what trepidation feels like. So trepidation is feelings of unease, feelings of fear. And guess why? It's because there's no obstacles on the path. So the left path for Scorpio, the message seems to be it's a path where there are no obstacles, where the obstacles have been pushed to the side so that your path is clear. Or there are obstacles, but whereas before you may have looked at them as being unsurmountable and that you would really have to struggle, it's like if there are any obstacles, they look so tiny to you and have no bearing at all, and that you can just continue. And yet that seems to be an obstacle, not having obstacles or being able to surmount obstacles easily. So some of you that are already on the left path, things may be going great. Things may be going your way. You may be noticing that there are no obstacles, or obstacles are getting pushed to the side, or if there are obstacles, they just look so little to you now. And that may be causing trepidation within you. You may be feeling fearful or any kind of those kind of feelings. So that's just something that's also coming up, that sometimes that can be the obstacle, and it feels like that's what could be the obstacle, well, is the obstacle for you, Scorpios, is that accepting that you can have a path where there aren't challenges for you, where things can be easy for you, where obstacles can be pushed out of your way for you. And I guess then it's about you having that acknowledgement that when things are easy, you may look for challenges. So anyway, we'll carry on. Here we have the present card, and it is the Three of Swords in reversed. Now I'm hearing heartache, betrayal, and the feelings that come up with betrayal and hurt and so on. Now this is the present card, but I feel that this betrayal and hurt is from the past. And so why is it in the present? It's I'm hearing raining on your parade. So it feels as if it's coming in the present. The past hurts, betrayal, and for a lot of you it has links to family, blood ties for some of you, but linked to family. And you know, family can be our blood relatives, but also those that we consider family. They're that close to us. So it's past hurts and betrayals, and it's showing up in the present as if you were realizing something. And so in the present you're realizing something about the past betrayals. And I'm hearing raining on your parade. So if I turn this card upright, what I'm noticing is the clouds and the rain. It's like the path that you have been on in a particular area of your life, maybe career, maybe relationships, maybe money, romance, you know, or all of it. But a path that you have been on up until this time has been your parade, right? And yet it's been rained on the whole time. Why? Because it's been dictated by the past hurts. And it's like in the present there's a realization of it. That, you know, we all have experiences of being hurt or betrayed. And what that does is that it can change our course, so to speak. And we go down a different path and we meet different people and we have all these experiences. And then we come to the realization that we're on this path because of the hurts and betrayals. And we've learnt all we can, and we may go back onto a different path. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting with this. For an example, and it's just an example, it could have been like a few years ago you were in college or university. Maybe something happened in the family, or you experienced some kind of betrayal, or even betrayed yourself, sort of thing as well. And then you left university and you went on a completely different path, and you met different people, you had different experiences, and then you realized, well, I've had all these experiences, but also the reason why I'm on this path is because of that betrayal. And then you sort of realize that, and you go back to university, and everything is different now, because it's like the raining on your parade ceases, is no longer there. So I hope that makes sense. It's just this sense of the path you've been up until this time has been your path, but it feels like it's your parade and it has been rained upon. And so that's just coming in the present. It's like an awareness of it. And so I guess when you go on that left path of Scorpio, your parade isn't being rained on. And again, this left path for Scorpio feels like there's no obstacles, or the obstacles are just getting pushed away. And yet you may have difficulty with that, because there's also a sense of you looking for challenges, because you may be so used to having to be in that challenge, battling, got to surmount obstacles feeling within you that it may be a bit scary for you to have an experience where everything can be easy for you, that things can go your way. So let's move on to the this card here, which is the aim of the month, and it is the Emperor reversed. And I'm hearing it's the balance. So this card, each card I turn can mean various things depending on the reading. And how it's showing up for you, Scorpio, is that there's a sense of balance going on. It's because there's an awareness of the path you've taken has been dictated basically by past hurts like betrayal, and then an awareness comes from that. And the aim of the month is, I guess, it is to know that there seems to be a balancing going on, of the balancing of what it's like to no longer have your parade rained on, I guess, is the message. Let me pull a couple of other cards out. Okay, so we've got the Six of Pentacles reversed and the Seven of Wands. So, one talks about power issues, and, when I turn it this way, I feel it's got a sinister feel to it for me. But basically, for this reading, and, it's basically this person that has power, and they can choose to help or not help others less fortunate, and it feels quite sinister. And maybe you've had this battle with this in some way, in some area of your life, but it's showing up reversed, and so it's like a balancing act is going on. It's like you can be this person and this person at the same time, and yet it feels like this person is giving and receiving. And this card kind of confirms it, being in that battle mode, ready for challenges, and now the aim seems to be, hey, stop. Have you noticed that there are no challenges? There are no obstacles. Actually, your path is nice and clear for you. But you may still feel like in battle mode, and it may be an uncomfortable feeling. So the aim is about accepting that, or being aware that there's been a time where your parade has been rained on, and you maybe have been used to it in some area of your life and always been in that battle. Gotta have a challenge, obstacle to get through, because that's how it's always been. And the aim is to, it doesn't have to carry on that way. Actually, raining on your parade can cease. So the aim is, I guess, to know that your parade can be a parade where it doesn't rain, and to accept it. That's the aim. So in the subconscious, we have the Sun card in reversed, and this card I usually think of optimism. I usually think of it as childlike energy, and having that childlike energy that is full of optimism, and there's no such thing as challenges and so on, right? Now it's in reversed, and this is the subconscious card. And I feel that it's linked to these two cards about the path that you're going on or are on, where there's going to be ease, where there isn't going to be the kind of challenges you had before, where it's just pushed aside. And if there are challenges, they're not unsurmountable. You can really see that they don't stop you. And so the Sun is the subconscious also. For you, in this reading, it feels like an awareness of the difference between always having your parade rained on and being used to it, and having the reactions that go with being used to having your parade rained on, and dealing with that and getting through that to get to the other side, so to speak, and also starting to deal with having your parade and walking your parade and not having any rain on it, so to speak. And, you know, I'm sort of like thinking of how Kibbles has invited himself to come to your reading. And it's like, that's not an obstacle, you know. I just have to move the cards around and so on. And it doesn't stop the reading, so to speak. Let's move on to the next card, which is the past. And the past is the Fool. And, you know, I feel it's a feeling for you, Scorpio. So in the past, you know, this person, there's this rock here, and it could be like steps. We could think of this as steps, like he is walking down steps. Or is he on the edge of a cliff? And that's the kind of feeling that you may have had in the past, like this feeling of when you take that step, is there going to be another little step there for you, or is there going to be nothing there? And it's the feeling, the kind of feeling of that seems to be in the past. Now, in the future, okay, we have the Anything Goes card, and I'm just hearing sunshine in regards to obstacles. So I feel that in the future it's going to be really nice, and again, there's this sense of obstacles and dealing with the fact that, being used to not having obstacles, being used to not having obstacles make things difficult for you, being used to being on a path where things can be easy or go your way, you know. And so the future is that sunshine that comes from that awareness. That's what I'm picking up with this. So here we have the advice card, and it is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is all about perspectives, of being guided to look at things from a different perspective. And that is what I'm picking up. And I am picking up that, you know, the advice is to have the perspective which is similar to the aim of the month. And that is to have the perspective, one, that if you feel like uncomfortable or a bit scary, you know, that trepidation feeling, to perhaps take a look and see whether you feel trepidation because there are no obstacles. Because again, there seems to be a message that we can get into the battle mode, or we can get used to the idea of always having to strive, of always having to deal with challenges. We get so used to it that when the challenges are gone and things go our way, we can be so uncomfortable with that we may look for challenges. And so this Hangman is asking you to take that perspective of, you know, things can go your way, and that sometimes there doesn't have to be any challenges. So that's one of the perspectives of this card. It's asking you to be open to that perspective. And it's also reminding you of the aim of the month. And that the aim is to realize that on your path, sometimes challenges are surmountable, sometimes challenges are pushed out of the way. And that your path is clear, your path is smooth. And that's the aim. The aim for you is to know that your path can be smooth. And the perspective here is to see that if you feel any unease, it can be because you're so used to having challenges. And the other perspective is to, I guess, make sure that you don't look for challenges because you're so uncomfortable with having things go your way, or something like that, being on the smooth path. You know, you're so comfortable with, or not comfortable, but used to having your parade rained on. And the perspective here is to be aware that when your parade isn't being rained on, that you don't rain on your parade, because it's what you're used to having that feeling. Seems to be the message of that card. This is the outer external influence, you know, the environment, energy, or people around you that influence you. And this is showing up as two different things. It's showing up as, here you are, Scorpio, with the people in your circle. You all get each other. You all have problems. You all have challenges that you've dealt with and are dealing with. You all have these obstacles and you all root for each other. You all get each other. And at the same time, I'm also seeing this as you and these other people are different aspects of you. Here you are, always ready. You're ready for when that challenge comes, because you know the challenge always comes. Here you are here, rooting for yourself. And, I'm noticing how this stick is hitting that person in the mouth. So you may have had those experiences of rooting for yourself only to have someone whack you in the mouth, sort of thing. But then here you are again, feeling the burdens. There's different aspects of you, as well as this is you with your crew, so to speak. And you all get each other, you all understand each other's challenges and obstacles, and so on. Now, I want to, in the reverse, I want to say that this is how it feels like it is for you. It feels at this time or coming up, you stepping out of that crew, so to speak. You stepping out of the challenges. And that would make sense because the left path is the path of the Scorpio. And it feels like it's a path where challenges just get pushed to the side. Obstacles, little, surmountable. That is the aim for you, is to know that your path can be smooth and challenge free. And the perspective is to know that if you are uncomfortable with that, you may look for challenges. So here we have the Hopes and Fears card. And this card has come up a lot for various sun signs. It is the Four of Swords. And I've been seeing it as three cards in one for the various signs this month, right? I've been seeing it as just the Three of Swords card. I've been seeing it as the Six of Pentacles card, as well as the Four of Swords. It's in the Hopes and Fears position. And so, Scorpio, what I'm seeing here is that here's your sword, and I'm hearing backbone. This is your backbone here. But the challenges of life, I guess, the Three of Swords, and what that represents is pain, hurt, maybe betrayal, a loss. It's facing you and you're doing your best to deal with it. And here we have what I take as the Six of Pentacles, power issues. And so here you are facing them. You really can't pick up the sword right now because you're too busy having to deal with this, right? You're having the three swords pointed right at you, and you're dealing with it, like challenges and obstacles to do with it. You're dealing with power issues, maybe issues with your own power, maybe dealing with issues of other people being in power and how it impacts on you. And it could be society and the power society has and how it impacts on you and your lifestyle. Here's this person, and this is in the hopes of being able to deal with it all and get through the challenges. And the fear as well could be the same thing, but also what do you do when those things go away? You pick up your sword. Because I feel that's what this card is about. It's as if you've picked up your sword and you're walking away from this experience, which isn't good or bad, but it just feels like you're walking away from this, and you're walking into the left path, so to speak. So the outcome card is the Ace of Wands reversed. And this path or this card, I was just asking whether you'll be working to turn this outcome around, and I'm hearing no. This is the Ace of Wands in reversed is how it is. It is the outcome card. It's not the outcome of the rest of your life. It's the outcome in regards to this situation, which could be in all areas of your life, like career, romance, family, money, and so on, or projects, or a particular area of your life, right? And the Ace of Wands reversed kind of confirms this is an experience. The outcome is an experience, and it's the experience of dealing with what it's like to walk your parade and not have it rained on. And this is what it stands for. This is the outcome. This is you experiencing it, of what it's like to to have your parade not rained on. That can be an uncomfortable feeling. And so I feel your aim and your challenge and your aim is to realize that sometimes we can be so used to having challenges that when we have a smooth path, we may look for challenges. We may feel very uncomfortable. So that's the perspective for you to have this month. That's the advice, is to be open to that perspective, that we may look for challenges or obstacles when things may be going right. That is the left path. It may mean that you literally have to walk away from your crew, or emotionally have to walk away from your crew. And that is what the outcome is saying, that you are going through that experience. So it's really nice. I'm also getting another message for some of you Scorpios, is that November is coming up quite strongly as a month of really blossoming. I'm being shown a Scorpio person that is like going in so many different directions and stopping and starting and not sure whether they should go this way or that way, or this way or that way, and so on. And I'm just being shown that this experience is really going to have an impact in November for you, because I'm being shown that image of the Scorpio person going in various directions and stopping and starting, and it just disappears, and what's in its place is a Scorpio that is very focused. It's a Scorpio that has their head in the books, except it's not a book, it's like a to-do list, and they're very focused. And so that's another image that I'm getting to pass on for some of you Scorpios, and it feels like November you're going to be very, very focused, it feels like, and blossoming, and have your head in a to-do list. Okay, so thank you, Scorpio. I hope you found this reading helpful. Please like, share and subscribe if you found it helpful, and I look forward to reading for you next month. Bye from me, and bye from Kibbles, who's fast asleep. Okay, bye-bye.